Okay, good day, and my name is Chukwunelo Chukwebuka Alpha, and I'm here to talk about Scale Network. A whole lot is being said about blockchain technology and how it's going to transform the future, starting from now. But today, I'll be talking about a specific network protocol called Scale Network. Scale is an open source elastic blockchain network protocol that would enable dApp developers build ideal and effective sidechains for their dApps. Okay, in such a way that at the end of the day, they would have more effective dApps, okay, that users can actually use and have great experience using them. So it's very, very unique stuff. Developers these days are looking for the right network, the right blockchain, okay, that would have low fees, high throughput, high scalability, and users also want to enjoy those too. So it's very difficult on many of the public blockchains around, even the most effective one, Ethereum. So by having an elastic sidechain network like Scale Network, you're actually having a blockchain or a sidechain for each of your dApps. Every dApp having its own sidechain, so you can scale, you can have high throughput, you can have high speed transactions. So it's a very, very nice thing that Scale Network is actually here to do. So now we're going to be talking about Scale. Why should we use Scale Network? Okay, I'm going to be outlining certain reasons why we should use Scale Network. First of all, I'm going to start with number one. That's Scale actually supports has a short block time. Okay, when you're talking about block time, you're talking about the time it takes to come up with a new block. Now, it's very simple to say, but it usually culminates in a miner getting the solution to a hash, okay, and coming up with a new block. Now, certain public blockchains usually have long block times. For example, Bitcoin has a block time of about 10 minutes. Ethereum is better with 13 seconds, okay, but with Scale Network, you're talking about milliseconds, microseconds to actually add a new block. Now, just liking it to you playing a puzzle game, it's like the time it takes to fix the puzzle together and get your image. So with Scale, you're having milliseconds compared to 10 minutes on Bitcoin. Secondly, Scale Network can reach up to 2,000 transactions per second. We all love high speeds, okay? Just like going to a drive-by restaurant and then you don't get served on time, or you order something on an online store and it doesn't come to you on time. Okay, we all love speed of transactions. Now, with Scale Network, you can get to the heights of speeds. To put it into perspective, Ethereum has a transaction per second of 30. Visa has 1,700 transactions per second. So at 2,000 transactions per second, Scale Network is about 66 times faster than Ethereum and about 430 times faster than Bitcoin. Again, Scale Network runs smart contracts, which means that these transactions can be carried out without a central agency or somebody trying to, a third party. Okay, so it's basically, smart contracts are basically agreements between two people, okay, in the form of a computer code. Okay, it doesn't need a third party to be processed. Okay, it's usually processed and run on the blockchain, meaning that the resolution can be sent automatically. Now, it ensures privacy, it ensures security, and ensures integrity. Okay, so Scale Network is a smart contract kind of network. Again, Scale chains support decentralized storage. Now, a whole lot of things are being stored centrally, meaning that there's a central authority. And when there's a problem with the central authority, like mismanagement or hack, then the whole data in that database is gone. but it's not the same with Scale Network. It's run on decentralized storage, okay, where the data is spread within nodes. Even if one node crashes, the others can pick up speed. So your data is secure, your data is safe, and you have no fear for hack, because even if one node goes down, everything keeps running smooth. That's the beauty of Scale Chain. And then scale chains can actually execute rollups. Now, this is a very, very simple concept. Okay, a user creates a transaction, a cryptographic proof is generated. Now, both the transaction and the cryptographic proof are moved to the Ethereum mainnet. Okay, the transaction stays on the blockchain, while certain details like the signature data and then certain calculations and mathematics used to verify the sidechain would be moved to the layer 2. This actually makes the network faster. Okay, it can increase a 15 TPS blockchain to about 300 fold. Okay, so that's the beauty of scale chain. So now we'll be going into the features of Scale Network. What makes Scale unique? First of all, we've talked about how it helps to bring dApps to Ethereum, okay, by providing a specific sidechain for each dApp, okay, and how it tries to solve the security issues, okay, and how it tries to solve the decentralization problems, because people are always storing their data in centralized platforms that could be susceptible to hack. With Scale Network, you have security and you have a decentralized network. Okay, but what are the basic features that make Scale Network unique? We'll be going through the 4 of them. The first is that Scale Network is Byzantine fault tolerant. That's huge. Okay, because for example, I'll use a real life situation. Somebody goes to the hospital. Dr. A says he's suffering from asthma. Dr. B says he's suffering from COVID-19. These are different diagnoses. Okay, to one person. Okay, from the same hospital. It happens on many networks in computer world. Okay, where there's a fault. Okay, but there is no specific diagnosis. There are conflicting diagnoses of that fault, and in fact the fault might actually even be portraying itself as being okay. Okay, now that's a very huge problem, but with Scale Network there is no such thing. Okay, it's Byzantine fault tolerant. Most times this will take a consensus report, okay, on the reliable nodes and node runners to make the right decision. Okay, they know history of the nodes, and then they take a consensus report, okay, from those ones. And the good thing with them is that they are anonymous. Okay, so they take those ones and then they turn it and make it, okay, use the decisions from that one to make their own final decision. So there is nothing like making a wrong diagnosis. So it's Byzantine fault tolerance. It's an asynchronous protocol. You're talking about synchronous and asynchronous. When you're talking about synchronous, you're talking about where the messenger and the person receiving, the receiver, are in sync. Okay, a message is delivered and it has to be responded to before another message can be delivered. That's synchronous communication. But Scale Network is asynchronous. Okay, it helps to cover up for latency of nodes. It helps to, okay, make sure that messages can keep coming in even if the receiver does not read or respond to them. Okay, now that's very, very effective because it removes a load of expectation. That's how the internet works. You just keep sending and then you can actually come at your own convenience to look at your messages. So Scale is asynchronous in nature. Another very unique feature of Scale is the threshold signatures. Now, threshold signatures are actually digital signatures. Okay, let's take for example in a meeting or a party or a DAO, a group of executives are being elected, okay, to take charge or to oversee the needs of the remaining floor members. It's a smaller set of the big set. Okay, now that group will take decisions on behalf of the group, okay, the main group. Okay, so with threshold signatures, okay, a group is created, and then this group takes care of all these issues of making decisions or carrying out transactions. Okay, it's done by this specific group. Okay, Scale Network uses the Bonnet Lean Sasham threshold qualities. Okay, so it's a very, very unique feature, okay, that makes it stand out among all. And then finally, Scale Network is a leaderless consensus protocol. Okay, we all know what leaders do. They have power, they have authority to carry out things. Okay, it's not like that on Scale. There is no leader. Every node has a right to actually raise up something and carry out a transaction. Okay, so with Scale, we've removed the leaderless, they've made it leaderless. Okay, so there is no problem of one person having all the whole power and authority to authorize transactions. Every node can bring up, okay, and then a consensus is taken, okay, from the trusted nodes, okay, to actually foresee and make sure that the issue brought up is actually carried out. So those are the four basic features that make Scale Network stand out. So now we are talking about what sets Scale apart. Why is Scale different? Okay, number one, it's an execution layer, which is layer two. A whole lot of work is going into execution layers, okay, where a whole lot of the work is brought down to the side chain to reduce the load on the main chain. Number two, it's an elastic side chain that is compatible with the Ethereum virtual machine. Now, elasticity is a very, very important concept because it means that there is room for more. It can expand to accommodate more. Okay, so it's scalable. Number three is decentralized. Okay, we all know that the world is moving to a decentralized world with DeFi at the head of it. Number four is asynchronous by nature, as well as being Byzantine fault tolerant, and then it uses a pooled validation system. Now we all know that the more the validators, the more secure the network. Okay, so that's basically what it is. So in all, okay, this is a huge summary of what sets Scale apart. Number one, it would help increase the acceptance of apps, okay, on Ethereum network. It will help improve scalability on the Ethereum mainnet. There will be greater transaction throughput, okay, and then there'll be premium user experience by the high transaction per second that will be recorded. There'll be lower latency. You have a top-notch connectivity to API-based wallets, and hassle-free messaging between chains, and lastly, lower fees. Now with this, you have all your blockchain problems solved with the network that is Scale Network. So lastly, we're going to be looking at the use cases for Scale Network, okay, where we can actually use Scale Network to actually better our lives, okay, and better the blockchain terrain. Okay, first of all, we're looking at DeFi. Okay, decentralized finance is the talk of the day. Okay, it's basically finance without centralized institutions. Okay, with DeFi, users can spend, they can save, they can invest, they can trade, lend, and gain access to production markets. Okay, but trading on these platforms is usually very expensive. Okay, with Scale layer 2, okay, most computations will now take place on the side chain, reducing the cost of the transaction. Okay, secondly, we're looking at gaming and how it can influence gaming. The gaming world is a very, very big market. Okay, it's very lucrative. So many games, and many of these games are built on Ethereum these days. Okay, now gamers would want a better user experience, and that's what Scale Network would do, okay, to bring high speed, low fees, and then a high performance so that gamers can actually have fun and enjoy themselves. Okay. Thirdly, we're going to look at how it's going to affect media and advertisement. Scale is going to affect media and advertisement in a very positive way. Many firms are looking at bringing media to blockchain. There'll be so many benefits, so many benefits. You're looking at how to protect your work, monetize your work. Okay, with Scale, there'll be a lot of features like decentralized media streaming, censor resistant socials, as well as permission ads. So it's going to be a very big one for the media and advertisement industry. We're also looking at another case, which is decentralized e-commerce. You're looking at decentralized autonomic organizations, okay, which serve as governance models, and they are built on blockchain. Okay, they actually need to provide users, okay, with optimum performance, and Scale Network would actually do that by pushing a whole lot of the transactions to the sidechain. Okay, you have higher speeds, lower gas prices, and a greater transaction experience. Scale would also affect or be used for Internet of Things. Internet of Things are actually software sensors and other technologies through which you can connect and transfer data with other devices over the internet. Okay, Scale elastic sidechains would provide privacy and security with the added advantage of speed, negligible fees, and premium user experience. The world would move fast with the adoption of layer 2. Okay, and then finally, we're going to be looking at healthcare and many other use cases. Healthcare, there are many small sectors that can gain using Scale's elastic blockchain. You look at the health sector, yeah, very important. There's a whole lot of data to be stored as well as transactions to be carried out. You also look at privacy as an issue, yeah, as well as most clients trying to remain anonymous, especially after taking sensitive tests like HIV tests and the rest. Okay, with blockchain, data will be safe, records will be stored properly, and Scale's elastic sidechain would help bring that, and then also bring scalability for increasing number of cases. Okay, the real estate sector would also benefit from these. Digital identity is also another growing field in the world today. They will also benefit from Scale Network. So Scale Network is basically coming to make life better. Okay, it's your assured side chain elastic protocol, and it's a project that you would want to actually be associated with. So if you're a developer out there, just rush down and then build your app using Scale Network, and then see the kind of user experience you'll be giving to your users. Okay, it will make you have a very good and effective and ideal app that would suit the need for which it was created. Now, I'm very happy to have done this with you, and there will be other times to discuss about various other issues like the scale managers and the scale token, which is SKL, which is the main token of the ecosystem through which the ecosystem is run. Okay, it's a pleasure talking to you about Scale Network. See you some other time. Thank you.